welcome to launch, Team Coletta's NHRA National Event Video Preview.
Hi Team Coletta fans, and welcome to Firebird Raceway in Phoenix. Today, we have a very cool behind-the-scenes exclusive for you. I'm going to put you in the driver's seat with me as we warm up our DHL Toyota Camry funny car for our first lap of the day.
All right, everybody was asked us why let's restart the car twice, and here's what we're doing. The first time that my car chief spins the motor over, we're just making sure there's no fuel in it. Now I just put the ignition back on, and we're going to fire it up on one mag with gasoline. All right, here we go. We just started up for a brief second just to make sure that one magneto works. Now I'll reach over and turn the ignition off, and we're going to spin it over again just to clear the motor back out. All right, ignition back on again, and this time he's going to start it up on the other mag on gas, and then we're going to switch over to nitro right away. That way we know both ignition systems are working, and we can go on with our warm-up. As soon as it starts running here, it's deep pouring the fuel all the way on, so now it's running on nitromethane. I'm just going to trim the pump back a little bit for him. Now as we warm it up, you can see John reaching over to adjust the idle. I always check and make sure both sides of the motor are running good, not having too much fuel coming out of it. John is getting the idle right. Once John gets the idle speed right, and we get the fuel flow right, he just told me to turn the tires. So I'm going to let go of the clutch now and spin the tires, make sure everything works well there. We're going to go forward and reverse, make sure the reverser is working properly. Now we're actually on the high side, so I have to put the camera down for a sec here. So I'm going to put the fuel all the way on, hold the brake, and let go of the clutch. Unfortunately, I didn't have a third hand, and we just check how much tug the clutch has. There we go. Fuel's all the way on. Now we're checking tug, making sure everything's okay. Now what our car chief Bigfoot is doing, he's grounding out each mag to make sure that we don't have a bad mag while it's running. And now I'll let go of the clutch, and Todd, our clutch guy, comes over and presses the button that activates all our systems so we can look at the ignition, the clutch graph, and everything. And now it's time to shut it off. Push the fuel handle forward, shuts the motor off, it runs out of fuel, and that's the big warm-up for our DHL team.
Weather Watch.
Hello, Team Coletta fans. Grubby here, driver of the Optima Batteries Top Fuel Dragster. And here we are in beautiful, sunny Phoenix, where the temperature right now is about 64 degrees, and we're really looking forward to some good weather. And what we're going to talk about today is weather and how it affects these race cars. So let's go into the trailer and have a look at this. So, let's talk weather here for a little bit. Now, how important is that to our tune-ups? Well, if we were to stay at the same place every week, it wouldn't be that big of a problem. But because we travel the country and we go to varying altitudes, it has a pretty dramatic effect on these race cars. Even though we're supercharged and we force air into this engine, we still have to pay very close attention to the atmospheric conditions and set up our superchargers and race cars. Try to set them up the same everywhere we go. For example, when we go to Denver, we have no barometric pressure, meaning no altitude. So, we struggle to make power up there. But right here we have our weather data. And what we look very closely at is the barometric pressure, which is essentially our altitude. We pay very close attention, obviously, to the temperature of the air and to the vapor pressure or the amount of water we have in the air. Some of the tuners look at different things, density, altitude, others look at other things and so forth, but essentially it all means the same thing. When we get to high altitudes, hot temperatures, the air's thinner, and we have to work our superchargers harder to pump the same mass of air into the engine. So these are the things the crew chiefs have to work with. They monitor this very closely, like every half hour they'll pay attention to the temperature and see how it changes. So ultimately, it's a critical thing, and we pay very close attention to it.